Hello everyone, my name is Naomi. Welcome back to my channel. Last weekend I talked about some of the zero waste things that I do that save me a bunch of money. So this weekend I wanted to talk about some of the things that cost me more money. I'm going to choose 5 things for this video and then I'll do maybe 5 things for another video, because I did do a video on 10 items and it ended up being too long. So I figured let's try to shorten this up and make this manageable. So the first thing I want to talk about, number 1 item that is costing me more money, disclaimer, the things I talked about that save me money offset the costs of the things that cost me more money. So I feel like my life has not gotten more expensive, and also along with going zero waste / minimal waste, low waste, is that whole minimalistic lifestyle where you're not buying all kinds of stuff that comes into your life, so you do end up with more money. So there is that. Just throwing that disclaimer out there. Number 1 thing that I want to talk about is laundry detergent. I use Nellie's laundry soda. And there's 100 loads in this tin, and this tin costs me, I'd say $19 at Natural Grocer. You can also get it on Amazon, but for me, I prefer to buy local where I can, because that is always going to be more sustainable than purchasing online. Some things you have to purchase online because you can't get them local. But for this here, I purchased this at Natural Grocers. Now, oops, let me just hold this up here. It is not a perfect option. It is a better option. My husband did not like it when I was making the laundry detergent and not having any plastic waste. And it wasn't the plastic waste. I'm not going to say he was against that. What he was against was my borax washing soda, Fells Naphtha, so he hated it. So, compromise, which is something you have to do when you're married or when you live with others. When you have a relationship with other people, you have to make compromises and you have to play well together, or you're going to have a horrible and toxic relationship. So, for a compromise, I was happy to use something that was more sustainable and less waste, even if it wasn't perfect, as in exchange for him not freaking out about the laundry detergent is going to wreck our washer. It's not going to wreck the washer, but it's just sometimes he gets an idea in his head and that's the way it is, and there's no change in his mind. So he was determined that that laundry soap with the Fells Naphtha, borax, and washing soda would destroy our high efficiency wash machine. So this was a compromise. I'm using the Nellie's instead. It's not the perfect option. It is a better option. And don't let people criticize you if you make a better option and it's not the best or it's not perfect. Any step that we make that is better is going to make an impact on the environment. Don't throw up the towel. Don't throw the towel up in the air and say, I'm done. If I can't get this perfect, people are going to hate me and they're going to come down on me. People are horrible. People are going to come down on you for stuff all the time. There are people who are just really unhappy and miserable people who will criticize you about everything you do because somehow it makes them feel better about themselves, which is really messed up. So don't let that get to you. Do what you can do that is a better option and be happy with it. And most people are going to, decent people are going to be happy that you have made a better option, even if it's not the perfect option. And that is my soapbox about that. Okay, so that was my number 1, was my eco-friendly laundry detergent. I also use the oxygen brightener. It's like OxyClean, but like I said, it doesn't come in the big plastic tub, so it's less plastic, but not perfect. That's what I use for my laundry detergent, and I love it. It's got water softeners in it. I have hard water. It works for me. It doesn't have all the fragrances Fragrances have a lot of chemicals. This is actually a topic for another video about how toxic laundry detergent is on the market today. But we'll discuss that in another video. Number 2 thing that I want to talk about that has been costing me more money, and it's not bad because it's not something I have to buy a lot of right now, and that is sustainable, organic, natural fiber clothing. I still have a lot of clothing in my closet and my dresser, so I don't need to go out and buy a whole new wardrobe. If you go to the thrift store and you're looking for a specific item and you cannot find that item and you have to go buy new, then a great option is to buy organic and not go with the fast fashion, the thing that's going to wear out and end up in a landfill. I like to shop Packed. I bought some t-shirts from Packed. All I wanted was 100% organic cotton t-shirts to wear underneath my dress shirts for work as an undershirt. That's all I wanted. And I went around to multiple stores, could not find what I was looking for. So then I got online, looked at Packed, looked at their organic cotton t-shirts and went, I can do that. Bought 4 of those, 2 white ones, 1 red one, 1 green one to go underneath my work shirts. And it works out. It works out great. I got what I needed. It's a more sustainable option. When they wear out, I'll cut them into rags. When the rags wear out, then they can go into my compost bin and they'll break down because they are 100% organic cotton, which is awesome. So going with organic clothing is a great way to get clothing, and also it avoids that fast fashion, which I consider disposable clothing, that's just going to end up in your trash can. Number 3 thing that has cost me more money is my organic cotton bedding. I bought on Amazon for each bed, well, for mine and my husband's bed, I got 2 of the organic cotton blankets, and then for each of my kids' beds, 1 of the organic cotton blankets. Sometimes with my husband and I, we end up like fighting over blankets in the night because he tends to like grab a blanket and roll, and then I'm stuck with no covers, so I insist on having a second blanket just for me for when he uncovers me. So we have to have 2 blankets on our bed. I know some married couples can share bedding just fine and it works, but my husband and I, we cannot share bedding. He wraps himself up like a burrito in it. He takes all the bedding and I'm left with nothing. So I have to have a spare blanket handy so that when he uncovers me, wrapping up like a burrito, I can just grab a blanket and cover up and I'm fine. And I don't need as many layers as he does. I don't get as cold. It was $40, I want to say, for each of those. Was it 40? Might have been 50. Those organic cotton blankets were more expensive than if you, say, went to Walmart and paid $10 for a little cotton blanket. But, like I said, they were organic cotton. And we bought 4 of them. And I didn't buy them all at once. I spaced out that. But I'm sick of those fleece blankets that are so staticky and all of that. Like, they'll spark and stuff. I don't like them. And they aren't a natural fiber, so they aren't going to break down well. And they're like disposable blankets because they get holes in them so easily, you end up having to throw them out. So my bedding did cost me more. My organic cotton sheets came from Packed. And if you look at Packed, I got the t-shirt sheets for a queen size bed, and I think I paid around my birthday, which was in July, I think they were $112, $120, something like that. My mother-in-law sent me birthday money, and I decided that with my birthday money, I was going to spring for a really nice, expensive set of organic cotton sheets, because I've spent many years going with the $20 sheets from Walmart from Black Friday that wear out, and I consider them disposable sheets. And I was just over it. I wanted something that was going to last and something that was going to be organic cotton. So I found the Packed sheets and I love them. I did just buy a second set with my Christmas money from my mother-in-law, but that was because Marley put a hole. It wasn't his fault. He put a hole in my sheet because I had not made the bed, and like I was about to make the bed, and the sheets were exposed because the comforter was rolled up. He went to jump up on the bed and he misjudged or something, and he kind of did this like scrambling thing, and I had just clipped his toenails, so he had like a sharp edge or something, and it tore a hole in the sheet. I am going to repair the sheet because I'm not just going to throw it out, but I bought a second set of the organic cotton sheets, and I have those ones on the bed right now, and I have not gotten around to repairing the other set. So I now have two sets. One has a hole. I will repair it and get more use out of that sheet. But anyway, like I said, not Marley's fault. He's a good boy. Another thing that I have found that costs more money, this is item number 4, and that is sustainable toilet paper. It is considerably more expensive. It is worth it though, because this is recycled paper rather than from fresh trees like Charmin and Quilted Northern and Angel Soft make. So it is a better option. I know that there are better options. There are people who use a bidet. If we're concerned about water usage, this was something my husband pointed out. The big problem is not only the loss of trees, but paper. Creating paper requires water. So he does not believe, this is a debate that we've had, that a bidet is the best option. There are a couple vegan channels where they talk about how they use family cloth, and they use cloth which they then wash, and that's what they use for their toilet paper. That is not something that we're going to do. My husband would absolutely not. He's like, no, just no. We're not doing that. So he is insistent on us having traditional toilet paper. So this was an option. This was something that I was able to get. Now we do still have Angel Soft as well, because he doesn't seem to be able to fully let go of his Angel Soft. So we do still have some Angel Soft, and we've got Who Gives a Crap, but whatever I put on the roller, he uses. So what choice does he have? Number 5. I did a video and I was talking about eco pens, and I have been on this journey to find a pen that is going to be more sustainable because of the sheer amount of pens I go through, because of the fact that I journal and I do a lot of writing, and like we still write checks, and I use a lot of pens. So one thing that I found, and I really like this one, this is called a 7-year pen. It is made by Seltzer, and it comes from Switzerland. I paid $20 for it. It's supposed to last a long time. It's supposed to replace all those packages of pens that I go through over the years. So in the long run, although it seems like it's expensive to pay 20 bucks for a pen, if this pen holds up the way that it's supposed to, and we'll see, maybe in 7 years I'll make another video and talk about how well my 7-year pen held up. But by that time, I might not remember to make a video about my 7-year pen. That is way too far out into the future. But we'll see. Switching to this one pen instead of those eco pens that would write for 20 pages in my journal and then be out of ink, this is going to be a better option. Because it is less stuff, less pens going into a landfill. And I view pens in a landfill as maybe as dangerous as, say, straws. A straw in a turtle's nose, you think a pen can't get there too? It could. So anyway, that is the number 5 item that I have paid more money for the sake of trying to be more sustainable. I want high quality items that last, so that I am not buying basically disposable items that just get thrown out and put in a landfill. So all of my purchases have become a lot more mindful. I think a lot more before I purchase something. I think about, do I need that item? I was looking at this pair of mittens on the Koyuchi website, and I was like, oh, those look like they would be so warm and so comfy. And I put it into the cart, and then I stopped. And I asked myself, do I need a pair of mittens right now? And the answer was no. I still have gloves and mittens from the last couple of years that are still perfectly good. So I'm not going to pay a bunch of money to get another pair of high quality mittens when I don't need them. My focus is on keeping track of and taking care of the ones that I have rather than going out and just buying more. And that's what will save you money in the long run. If you think before you purchase, do I need this right now? If I don't need this right now, then I'm not going to buy this right now. Do I need this at all? No, I don't need this, because sometimes our wants create more stress for us because we're spending money when we could be saving money. We're spending money on things that we don't need, that are going to take up space in our house, that we're going to have to clean, that we're going to have to keep track of. So that is my spiel about spending less, and then buying the more high quality item that's going to last you longer is the more sustainable option. So thank you for watching my video. And I'm sorry this one got long too, even though I only chose 5 items to talk about. But I will make another video about 5 more things that I spend more money on. But that'll probably be tomorrow or maybe later today. But thank you for watching, and have a Merry Christmas, guys.